It does it that way. Hold on, have I done something wrong?
Oh,
I've got to
dear.
do my thing on social media. I'll be protecting this bit and
I'm
that bit
just
and all
watching
that. Because I don't know about all that.
a video
But
at the
then we've got to
moment.
do that bit and that bit and that bit.
Right.
But you...
Oh dear. No flagpole here, bro. Only respect. Oh, man. Well, I'm doing what I said I was doing. How we doing, Matt? These. Oh. What? No flagpole. Yeah, there you go. I was telling the truth. How we doing then, dogs? That smells better out here, doesn't it? Yeah. What we got to do in here then? We just got to run the hoover over it. Let's stick this behind the door. Where's a clean pillowcase? Do. There's got to be one somewhere. Do. Let's move that round that way. Don't forget this glass on the floor. So, doing it gently. Spare dog stuff, isn't it? Clean socks for tomorrow. You never know, do you? I don't take things as gospel, as you know, because I've got trust issues with the police. Because sometimes they tell you one thing and they do something else, don't they? So, got to keep focused and positive about these things, haven't we? And that'll do for the under one. Yeah, that smells fresh still. What's this? A t-shirt, tea towel. Yeah, that's good enough still. Right, chuck a couple of them on. Them socks can go in the front, in the bedroom. So I've just got the hoovering in here to do. And then we're back to normal. And then it's just clearing up bit by bit, innit? Screws, tools. Yeah, it's just stop any draft coming through it. Socks. Pillowcases. Is that finished now, or is it still washing? Well, it says it's done. It's moved. Get out of it, Marnie. Get out of it, Marnie. Get out of it, Marnie. You're on your red carpet now, are you? You damn show off. Hey? You show off. So I'm only getting out my sheet. That's what I want to dry first, isn't it? Come on, get out my way. Let me just put that down. And just enough herb to everything unlocked. Turns I ain't got no painkillers, have I? Get out that kitchen! Get out that bin! Sneaky. Caught you last time, didn't I, Marnie? Get out of it! Thought he got away with it, didn't he? He's just like, is he coming, is he coming? You little shitbag in your holster. Hang on, let me shut the door quickly. You little bastard. Did you nearly lay a log, did you, Marnie? Hey, Hulkster. Just like little kids, aren't they? Naughty little boys sometimes. Gotta have fun, ain't you? Otherwise you cry about shit. Get stressed out. I want that dried first, remember. So let's get the heating on. Right, so now might as well get it all up on the line, innit? Moving glass from out there into the hallway. Again. A freaking circus wheel. Just keeps going round and round the fucking building. Let's turn this inside out so I can hang it over the door. Since it's not outside line drying, is it? Weather? Do for now. As we got now, better dry the towel and I hang them up. Oh, fucking hell. Turning into a mission now, isn't it? Before everything goes all mingy again. That needs to go in above the radiator. That's it, that'll do for now. I'll do the rest in a minute. What, Marnie? Yeah, get out my way. Get out my way. I don't want to go stinking of fucking bonfires tomorrow, do I? Where's the coat hanger? Just freaking had one. Ouch. What was that I just stood on? That one doesn't need to be up there. Those don't need to be up there. That needs to be up there. cleaner than it was. Can't get it crystal clean in this house. Because I've got dogs, remember? Just making sure I picked it up the right way. That's it, body warm turned. Let's just go and check. Oh, as if I turn the thingy on first, doesn't it? Next quilt cover down on the floor. Nope, dogs haven't had their try. Just had a little bit of food today to ease them back into it because their stomachs have shrunk, haven't they? Ah. Getting a bit chilly tonight. Let's get some socks on. So I've got my bedroom carpet hoovered. Just putting the heating on to dry the washing. Should have to wait for a couple of hours until my sheets dry. So let's get some trackies on. Yeah, warm up a bit now. Still there's nothing to eat yet today apart from a few bagels. Just snacking at the moment because things to do and all that. Anyway. Like I said, is as I say is. So no bedhead on, just got to have a shave. Just charging up Bluetooth speaker for the bag. Bike lights for the bike charged up. That's done for the bag. MP3 players charged up. Earphones charged up. That way I don't have to take no mobile phone with me, do I? Let's turn that off. It's less equipment to carry, isn't it? Yeah, dear. Yeah. Right. Let's have a quick ciggy. Watch the rest of this video. Oh, yawning away anyway, so. I'm out of Nefapams at the moment. But it seems to be freed up enough at the moment to get on with the little bits of chores that I've got to do. So, like I said, I've got clean carpet in here. So, the stuff's not going off the floor or onto the bed. Dogs are in the hallway, all happy and calmed down again now. All together. We'll see how they all handle it tonight. Right, it's going to be different for them tonight. Slightly, just to see how they cope with it. Want to see if they're ready or not. Right? Because we shouldn't need crates, we should only need crates for when people come round as visitors, if they're bit offish with dogs, if you see what I mean. So tonight I'm going to try them all in the hallway as they are. Just get on with it, dogs. Been getting on together fine, so. When you're pooping in the hallway, keep it off the carpet. Down the other end of the hallway if you have an accident. But you go out in the garden, so I don't have that, don't you? Should have learnt by now. That way I can move all the dogs' bedding where the dogs lay. And hopefully we won't need to de-poop crates every day. If they're not in them. Now, the landlords could come round at any time about this sorting the door out. Right? But they can leave a message if I'm not in, can't they? And I've got to be somewhere at a certain time, so they can't do it tomorrow. I ain't leaving my house unopened while I'm away from it. So, there you go. Tough shit. So, I'm not going to get holed up with anyone coming up here tonight, because I've got stuff to do, got places to be at certain times, so there's no bedding. It's hard luck at the moment. Let me get on my shit. It's all backed up and I need to crack on. So there you go with that. Bit by bit I'm getting there anyway, aren't I? So, it's antidepressants then, the link between all the what we call false flag events and mass shootings and bombings and all that sort of thing. It's the only thing that connects every single one of them. Oh, so that's why they're having a little look at my medication I'm on at the moment, because of my sense of humour. Is he being real or is he joking? We don't know how to take this. Is he going off on one? Is he going to do something outrageous? Well, you did do that to him. You did do that to him. He's got every right to act that way. Panic, 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 Captain Mandarin. Or is he just being a good boy trying to amuse himself? Because he might just be listening to the right advice from the right people, trying to stop him doing what they did. So, yeah, that would be respect, wouldn't it? I wouldn't be dissing or calling out someone online, would it? So, all good on that front. I'm just enjoying the video, because I couldn't catch the live earlier, or talking live. I don't have to comment on it every time, do I? But I'll make the point of doing it today, because I'm doing that with everything I'm doing at the moment. So, yep. You know what I'm looking for. You know what I was doing online. Yes, it has worked out that way, because of what I've been putting on my videos. And the last one that should have made you go, ah, I see now, was the diplomatic flight near Sandringham, the day before the state opening of Parliament. So, yeah, guess I was telling the truth then, innit? Just little old me, using unorthodox methods to achieve the same results. But I'm not looking for no results, if you see what I mean, only what's right. So, this is how I chose to do it. I'm not bigging up myself or blowing my own trumpet, because I don't friggin' have one. So I'm not going to be going do 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 like a child, am I? Because that's not what it's about. My dogs were being threatened with a new law designed and rushed in while I was trying to breed my dogs. Conveniently, just to create fear and negativity in that. Will it work? Won't it work? Do we need to do it that way? Do we need to change this? Do we need to do that? Ah, fuck this shit. Why worry? Not doing nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the fucking dogs. If they accuse the dogs of doing something wrong, they might as well accuse me of doing the same thing. And the way they're dealing with my dogs is the way they're dealing with my life, isn't it? So if I am a hybrid of the World War II bulldog breed, oh, they better use that language a bit carefully when making their laws, aren't they? So the bulldog breed, the English bulldog breed, is a safe breed, basically. Even when the word destruction was brought up in the conversation, which I jumped on straight away from the policeman this morning. Destruction? What are you talking about, destruction? There's not going to be no destruction, is there? And in return for you removing that, I won't be saying things like shoot all police dogs on site. Because that's what you're saying, isn't it? You know what I mean? If you talk destroying my fucking dogs that have done nothing wrong but act like dogs. No, they don't get put to death for that. Nope. Told you what happened, truthfully. No crime committed. Otherwise I'm going to get all upset, and if I'm upset on antidepressants, as the news has just come out, and I start running out of antidepressants, just saying, there is the possibility there, isn't there, if that information is true, that's the common denominator. Well, what happens if I have to go cold turkey while you lot are threatening my dogs' lives? Well, that's not going to end well for you, is it? Just saying. Because I'm as protective of my dogs as I am of my children. Right, there's a long cigarette rolled up with a filter in the end of it. Saved me rolling up a couple. Right, what we've got? 29 minutes. You just seen what I've been doing while I've been pottering about. So I've got that charged up for tomorrow, then charged up for tomorrow. Because it's about carrying as least material as possible. Because I've got to go police station, haven't I? Because I've been having a look, haven't I? And I'm trying to work out, is it gonna be good? If we leave him in place, is he gonna live in peace? Can we take him on his word? Well, if he gives his word, he turns up. Well, so that means he's given his word then, doesn't it? Just out of curiosity, because I haven't pressed play, I'm not going to copyright it. And no, the royal family Uploaded Princess Kate gives pony promotion during army base visit. Right, okay. A pony gets a promotion. A pony. Think about that. I'm going to go back to this video because I've just seen something else I want to watch. So I'm going to watch this first. I can watch this without it being a problem.
Right, because the dog is reacting. And there's only two ways a dog can bite. If he doesn't trust you, or if he doesn't respect you.
Don't be
Right.
scared, Mr. Policeman.
So then that way
I
you
said
can
I'll bring
start
Lola down there
decoding
unmuzzled
and
if you want to
seeing
check
why
her
it
out.
happened. It's a reason why it
But he
happened.
said, no, it's not necessary.
It's never because the dog is,
Sure, I can bring her
was
down without a
planning to
muzzle
hurt you.
before I sign
We
it.
have seen in our lives like dogs with neurological problems, and there's nothing we can do, right? But it's not a lot. You have seen more dogs with psychological problems.
Yes.
And that's what
Just
we
thought I'd
have
show
with
this
dogs.
from a dog
But
training
we don't
expert.
know what kind of dog bit this person, right? But let's say we removed neurological problem out of the question, and the dog just didn't 100% trust and 100% respect, because that's the only reason why a dog will bite, right? A dog that doesn't trust, that means he's afraid of you. A
If
dog
it's
doesn't
protecting
respect
its
you, that
owner,
means he doesn't trust you.
protecting its daughter, it's going
Right.
to...
So it's never
See?
because the dog loves you so much they will do it, right? So it's never that. It's never because the dog, loves. It's just because the dog doesn't understand the position in the pack, and then the relationship that you have. Therefore, he will break loyalty, and he will not care about your leadership. Life is definitely simple. We make it complicated. So my goal in life right now is to make sure that I share my wisdom to the next generation. All right, so welcome to another podcast of a Q&A, Andre and I. Again, Andre's going to
So I'm
give me the
spitting
questions
out
that you guys ask.
while I'm doing that.
My way of answering is always going to be based on energy, based on the philosophy.
These are what I've based my training methods on.
We need to take. So energy, philosophy, actions. In order for you guys to begin to understand and to begin to decode, so you learn to listen to your dog based on the energy, the philosophy, and the actions, right? So I'm just going to break it down. Ultimately, you guys are going to do it by understanding and then getting in tune to the energy that is required to have a connection with the spirit of a dog, with the instincts of a dog, with the heart of a dog, and then create a new way of living, right? So because if you were going to ask me questions about a dog that is aggressive or that is fearful, or that it has anxiety, or the dog doesn't listen to, that means that dog in the past has behaved that way, and you don't want the dog to continue in the future to do it. But to rehabilitate the past and to really plan for the future, we have to learn to stay
Globules
in the moment, right? So even
and
for
ash.
prevention purpose, that means the dog has no issues. But most of the people that come to me is people that come with a dog that already has a post-traumatic stress or some kind of trauma. Right? And that trauma comes across as aggression, fear, or the dog doesn't listen to me. But the reason why the dog doesn't listen to the human, or is not happy, is not healthy, is not loving, is not creating new memories, is because the energy that we're providing, the philosophy that we're providing, and the activities that we're providing, sometimes we don't do one right.
Did you see what I
It
saw?
ruins all of them, or we just do all of them wrong.
Hulkster's
and then, of course,
guarding the
outcome
door.
is fight, flight, or avoidance.
Marnie's
Okay?
guarding the
So
bitches.
Andrew's going to ask me
Ouch.
questions. We're going to
Just
continue
cracked my knee.
answering questions in English and
Marnie's
Spanish
patch
until
protecting
the
the
whole
bitches.
world understands natural, simple, profound. Okay.
Hulkster's guarding the door.
Okay, Bob, so the first
All
question
working
we
as a
have here
pack,
today,
yeah?
since we're starting off with English. How do I get over my fear of dogs after being bit by my own dog?
Wow. That is a great question, right? Because the person have to learn to clean their energy, and the first like
White sage.
like where we go is to our mind, right?
Yeah.
Because the mind is the one that holds
Yep.
the memory, right? But also we have to take in consideration, how does my heart feels about it? Do I feel betrayed? Do I feel confused? So you have to ask a conversation to your heart, and then you got to go into
That's
your
right. You have
instincts,
to
and then your
take the
instincts. Hey, how do I
dog's
feel about
feelings
dogs? Do I
into
feel fight away?
consideration. If the dog's
So
fearful of
because you are
something,
an animal and
you
you
got to
have
recognise the
an
dog's fear.
instinctual way of
The
dealing with
dog
life,
just might be telling
and
you it's
so you have to have
fearful,
an individual conversation.
looking to you
It's
for
not your mind. Your
guidance.
mind just holds the past, right? The traumatic experience, and then you have to go and talk to your spirit.
Holster does
And
it
then your
with
spirit
fireworks. He'll
is
give
it.
me a nip,
How do
telling
I
me I
feel
need to
about
go, take him
my dog
indoors
not
and
being
put him
loyal?
in the crate
Right?
out the way.
It's about the spirit is about loyalty,
You know?
and instinct is
Now
about
he's
leadership,
guarding the
and
door,
then your heart
no
is
matter
about
what.
love. So you have to go
See what I
and see
mean?
how you feel about that, and then you can go. Okay, so since
Not being
I'm in
funny, the
charge
other
of the
dog
life of
might have
my
bit its
dog,
owner
what did I did
when
wrong?
she picked it up.
Right? Because
Might
the
not
dog
have even
is
been my dog.
reacting. And there's only two ways the dog
See
will
what
bite.
I
If he doesn't
mean?
trust you, or if he doesn't respect you.
No bite marks have been
Right?
measured, have they, of the
So
dog's
then that way
jaw
you can
size?
start decoding and seeing why
So,
it happened. It's a reason why it happened is
we'll stick to
never
the
because
truth
the
of it,
dog
because
was
we don't know
planning
what
to hurt
actually
you.
happened at the start.
We have seen in our lives like dogs with neurological problems, and there's nothing we can do, right?
Okay.
But it's not a lot. You have seen more dogs with psychological problems.
Yes.
And that's what we rehabilitate dogs. But we don't know what kind of dog bit this person, right? But let's say we remove
Oh, trust me, you'd know if Lola or
and the dog just didn't
Willow had bit you.
100% trust
You'd have
and 100%
massive
respect. Because that's the
bruising,
only reason
and
why the dog will bite, right? A dog
they're
doesn't
very
trust.
powerful
He's afraid
jaws.
of you. A dog
You know what
doesn't
I'm saying?
respect you. That means he
So,
doesn't
what I
trust your
saw in the
leadership.
photos was
Right.
not
So it's
that
never
kind of
because the
bite.
dog loves you so much they will do it, right? So it's
So
never
it could have been a
that,
scare
right? It's
bite
never
off a
because
little
the
dog, to be quite honest with you.
loves. It's just because the dog
Just
doesn't
saying.
understand the position in the pack, and then the relationship that you have. Therefore, he will break loyalty.
That's
and
why I
he
said
will
don't
not
be
care
talking
your
about
leadership.
destruction,
Right. So we need to understand that part. We need
because
to
then
go
I'll
like
start looking closer at technicalities and fucking photographs and shit,
see where we are hurt the most,
and checking
and
jaw
then
sizes
how
and shit
that
like that.
can lead us to
You know what I
how
mean?
we taught our dogs to not trust us or respect us, even though that's never what people want to do. Right? Nobody wants to trigger no trust, no respect.
She's got no
Right?
muzzle
Dog
on.
lovers
She's got no
go
muzzle on
with
around
the
the pack.
whole intention of being
She's
in love
proving
with
it
each
already
other
to me.
and having this incredible fantasy. But that's just
But I'll
emotional
go
intelligence.
and see what's
Right?
being offered
That
first.
happens after trust.
But I won't sign it
And so that's how
until
I
I'm
think
happy with the
people
wording
can
on
begin
it,
to repair
because it's community resolution.
feeling betrayed or whatever the feeling is, right? Because I get
Community
bit all the time.
resolution says
Even when you
what?
get hurt, the first thing I tell you is not the dog. Just calm down, relax, finish it, follow through. Wait
That
till
you're
the dog gets calm,
admitting
surrender,
to a
you finish
crime,
calm, confident.
doesn't
Then
it?
you can do whatever you want.
Well, there was no
Right.
crime.
So you have had
It was dog behaviour, remember?
the supervision. If you get hurt by a dog, you immediately have to know why. Yeah.
Right.
Right? And then you say, yeah, I did a mistake. And you have learned not to blame the dog. And you have learned to rewind what you did
So
wrong.
the dog's not to blame.
Right? So that way
I'm
our
not to
energy is
blame,
always
because I'm
100%.
disabled and
Our
lost my
philosophy is
footing.
always 100%, and then our actions are
Accident.
100%. Right? So that's our commitment. That's how we live in honest, integrity, loyalty, and that's how we always take full responsibility. And so that thing.
So really, I shouldn't be
having
signing
that
anything.
perspective and that way of cleaning your energy and your thoughts, it would automatically
shouldn't
make you
need to.
have a much better actions. Right? Energy, philosophy, actions.
I will add to that by saying it is very true how you've put it, where if the dog doesn't trust you, he'll bite you, right? And if the dog doesn't respect you, it's because he doesn't trust your leadership. And that's very true, especially since growing up. Even though as time passed, the amount of chances that we get bit is less because the preparations were so much well prepared for. And so when, yes, of course, we'll still get bit or whatever, but it's not as it was back then. And that's because of how we go into it, knowing that we can't blame the dog.
Right.
Because you have to take accountability. Right. What were the steps taken to get to this point? And I think it's really good for people to know that in order
So
to
the steps
overcome
taken
fear,
would
you
be
also have to
to,
address it, right? You also have
you've
to
seen the
address it.
setup with the dog's
By
leads.
addressing it
You've
and taking
seen
your time and taking all the right steps,
trainers get changed for
it
boots
helps
on wet ground,
understand a
so
lot
that's
better
been acknowledged
of
and
why things
changed,
are being
hasn't it?
taken
So I
down
can
this
dig
road,
my
and you
heels
can
in
actually self-reflect a lot.
and use
Also,
something
in
to
order for
anchor
a
into
dog
the
to bite
ground
or an
with if I
animal to
need
hurt you, you
to,
have to be really
or
close.
discipline the dog.
Yeah.
So that means your assessment and evaluation from a public zone, that means you're not using it, right? Because you're coming from public, social, personal, intimate. And so if you're not reading that, and then you're falling into a cliff.
Yeah.
We don't need
Right?
to
'Cause
point it at the screen,
are
do we?
unconsciously walking into it. You're not reading, and
It's
that's
just come up that way.
the same
So
thing
I'm
as
just
when
letting
people
the
are
video
saying,
do the talking.
you're not
It's a
conscious.
diary
living.
entry,
And with
remember?
animals, you have to be consciously of every single second.
Every second.
Every single second, you have to know, like, what you are in front of. So if you want to be in front of a buffalo, you need to know when the buffalo is about to charge before the buffalo charges.
Of course.
Right? And or a bull, or a camel, or anything. You need to be in silence, and you need to have this in connection in silence in order for you to know when the animal instinct is about to come in. And so the animal, when you bother their silence, they can go into fight, flight, avoidance. But when you nurture their silence, they can go into calm surrender. Right? And then if they do many calm surrender to you, then the animal was going to say, hey, you make me feel happy as well, not only trust, respect. And then you create a friendship. Right? So that is the part that the dog people need to understand, because they don't walk with silence, they walk with excitement. Right? And everybody knows that in order to be with a very exotic animal, you need to control your
impulses.
Everything.
Impulses.
Everything. The way you breathe, the way your heart rate, the way your blood goes through it, the way you sweat. If you're not in control of your instincts, the lion will know that you are afraid in front of him too close. And he will just go.
Even if you're like feeling it inside, but you don't feel it here, you're thinking, I'm so excited, or I'm unsure. Even just that switch.
That's pretty loud for that.
Walking in the dark.
It's like a megaphone.
But the more
Just spot the eyes as I
more
slip.
sensitive.
Of course.
Oh
And
shit.
the back of the pack dogs also, we don't know. Also,
Dog's pulling as soon as I
The
hit
name
the floor.
was Cloudiac.
So as soon as I'm
2678.
out of
Oh,
action,
Claudia, right? So
disabled,
Claudia,
dog's instinct
we
take
don't
over and
know
I
if
get
she's
pulled
dealing
across
with
the
a middle
floor.
back
Right?
as well, right? So
That explains that, doesn't it? In a dog psychology way.
So there's few things that this bite can teach you, right? And
Just
so
making
once you
everything crystal
actually
clear.
learn all the awesome stuff that a bite teaches you, and then knowledge rises. And then once the knowledge rises, and then fear goes down. Right? Because in order for Lewis Hamilton to be an incredible driver, few accidents happen, even when he was doing go-karts.
Yeah.
Right? So everything counts, because he becomes more sensitive to be in control, more sensitive to be quiet and confident, right? And listen to the people. And he's playing with his own life. But when you're in front of an animal, you're playing with your own life, but with an animal. Right? So it's instinctual, it's about life and death. And that's why we need to understand that, yes, it's painful, but it's a lot of lessons. I became really good because I made mistakes.
All right, second question.
Yeah.
This is from Evan. My dog is afraid to get in the car to go to her yearly vet visits. Can you advise me of any ways to overcome her fear?
Say it again.
Okay. My dog is afraid to go into the car to go to her yearly
Dog's
vet
had a bit of
visits.
plastic when
Can
they
you
sneaked
advise me
out
of
the
any
kitchen
ways to overcome
off that
her fear?
steak. Had it hidden
If it's
underneath
already
them.
associated.
What happened there? I've not touched it at all. Oh, it's an advert break. Just done its rotating thing like it did this morning when I was recording a video. Watching Ice-T. But they're letting this one
if
continue.
Association in the car,
Funnily
then that
enough.
means we have to help a dog jump on.
Just
we're in the
pointing
obstacle
that
course
out.
area right now. We're in the agility course, and so agility can.
This morning
make
it said fuck the
an
feds, didn't it?
association
So
of
they had
jumping
to
things first
had to
and
get on the phone and
let's-
say
let's
something,
understand.
didn't they?
Evan.
Just saying.
Evan can start making the jump association or the movement of jumping with happy-go-lucky, right? So in this case,
Because
we
I'm
want a dog
talking
to
about
become
it
friendly.
again
We
while
want a
I'm
dog to learn to be
recording
happy-go-lucky
something, which
jumping
means they must be
right? 'Cause there's
watching
the association of jumping to the car.
this
it has
device
created
while it's
confusion, and
recording
then confusion
something,
goes
right?
into the trust, right? Goes into the dog being
Just
sad or being
saying
betrayed.
that.
In this case, the
Well-
dog can actually feel betrayed by the human because the human didn't took the time to make the positive association to the car. We have a dog, Luna. Luna was Marco Antonio Regil's dog, and she became terrified of the car. And so one of the things we have to do is help her get in the car. Right, because she will run away from the car, and then she have to go through the process of like shaking in the car, and so we made many repetitions. We did trips to the beach. We went to trips
Yeah,
to
you want me
different
to bring
places.
the
So
dog
she
to the
makes the
station?
association
What, to
of
the
that.
police
So
station,
now,
do you?
you know,
I'll bring her
not
to the police
necessarily you
station
take the dog
unmuzzled,
into the car
so you
and
can
then
see
go
her
straight to the
unmuzzled.
vet.
Right.
You're talking about destroying,
Because that will
mate.
happen to you too.
You might
take you
make
to
me
the
think
doctor
while I'm
and
away
you're-
you're doing
yeah,
something
the
dodgy at my
association.
house.
That's right. So
Mightn't you?
the
And I might
associations
do something
that we do for
stupid,
our
so
dogs have to
don't be stupid,
especially when the
leave
dog
putting
has already
ideas in me
become so
today.
sensitive and so distrusting to the car, to the point that a dog can become, depressed and or start shaking and anxious and that.
Don't
The
make
more
me
the dog makes
nervous.
those movements,
You won't
and
like me when I'm
eventually it's not
angry.
just attached to the car, but it becomes attached to the human. And then you don't want that. So the point is more agility. Learn to do agility. Learn to be fun. Or if you don't want to do agility, fasting. Fast the dog one day, and then begin to feed him in the car.
I was gonna say that. I remember.
Oh,
having
so
the
fasting a
situations
dog
one of the times
one
when we had
day,
to re-imprint
yesterday?
what the car represents.
While they
you
all
always,
calm
you know,
down.
you get him to jump. You wait. You can take him off, so he understands that it's not like a thing that we go and then we.
And I'm
instantly
already
just
doing
take
it.
off.
That's right.
And so that also helps feeding them. You would feed them in the car. You go, hey, you start clapping, you start dancing, you play music, and you bring other dogs to the car, and to at least encourage that type of excitement or that type of association. Whereas, oh, we're going to the car. My friends are here, so that must mean something different. And I've seen you do that, and it's not as hard as it sounds. It's just very consistent that you need to be by going over and over and over
Until you finish.
until it's done, and then you can then apply going to the vet because the association has disconnected. I only go to the vet every time I jump in the car.
So it's a painful thing,
Yeah.
right? And so when a dog goes into the car, how does people know is the right association, right? How do they know the dog is thinking the right thing? Because they don't think, but let's put it into those terms, right? What is a good state of mind that a dog
I will
goes
add
into the car? Number
that
one,
none of
comfort.
my dogs
Number two, happy
need any
right? Because he's happy-go-lucky.
statements on their
Number
breeding.
three is because he's protecting the car. So it's calm, confident, like Dante.
Any statements
Right, so-
on their
Right?
Like Dante.
Like Dante, like,
Yeah,
you can't get in the car with Dante.
reproductive
That's it, you're done.
Yeah.
Right?
issues
Dante
now
is a German
or
Shepherd.
in the
He's a
future.
Dante with us. Dante is what people call an alpha.
Just
dog,
making
right?
it perfectly
and
clear
Dante was trained
before
to
I go
be
there tomorrow.
exactly that. He's a personal protection dog, and he learned everything that a police dog.
If they want to
learned,
breed,
personal
they
protection.
breed their
But in
dogs.
order for Dante to do that,
No one has that right.
Dante has to be a
Not
pick of the
even
litter,
me.
meaning he has to be an alpha dog, the top of the top.
So there you go.
His brothers and sisters
Nothing
did not
like
make
that's
it.
being
He
agreed
was-
to.
From the litter, Dante is the alpha dog. He was chosen to be a Navy SEAL.
Yeah. Marine.
Yeah, but the rest of the dogs in the world, right? The dogs that are not Dantes, they can be happy-go-lucky to a certain level because you don't want a dog to just play in the car. It's dangerous, or a calm surrender, right? So if we aim for that state of mind, dogs will actually understand what we want from them in the car. Right. Now, never put a dog in a crate, which a car is a crate, when the dog has not had a good exercise or a good long walk.
A human
Because the
will
car is a
only-
crate, so you're about to put a dog in the car when it's full of physical energy, and being in the car is a mental thing.
Will only surrender like a dog
Okay.
when
Next
it's
question.
content.
From Miguel Yordas 6544. I am so grateful for your teachings. I have a 5-month-old Chow Chow, and she is very
That's
fearful
kind of
of
when
people
it lay
outside
on
of
its
our
back
home.
and
How
relax,
can
isn't
I
it?
be a better leader for her?
Say it again.
I am so grateful for your teachings. I have a
Thank you.
5-month-old Chow Chow.
5 months?
5 months.
Okay.
She's very, very fearful of people outside of our home. How
Okay.
can I be a better leader for her?
Okay, so it sounds like a back of the pack dog,
Yes.
right? So
Back of the pack.
fearful of things is a common characteristic. Is that a good word?
Characteristic, yes.
Characteristic of a dog that doesn't know how to do it on his own.
Mhm.
It feels like if you put somebody like Sophia, happy-go-lucky dog, to go on the walk, it would be a much better introduction to the
outside
human world, you know, to the outside
Bouncy,
world, right?
happy
'Cause
female.
when you don't have the knowledge and your dog is hesitating right from the door and you're not addressing that,
Mhm.
and then you're carrying all that hesitation into the public,
Yeah.
right? Because the little dog, the little chow chow is gonna like, here's the leash, but you're not making me feel comfortable here.
Yeah.
So if I'm not comfortable at home and then you open the door, I'm more uncomfortable now
Yeah.
because I know the outside door, outside world is different scents, it's different sounds, it's different sights, and you don't seem to know how to help me. But if you bring a dog like Sophia, a happy-go-lucky dog, a balanced dog, and that dog actually will do a much better job than us. Even us. Even
Mhm. Yeah.
I always tell Andre or Calvin, or anybody that work around me, don't worry. If we have the dog, put it to that dog.
Yeah.
It's fast forward.
Yeah, faster.
It's a leash. It's a dog. It's a tool. We are a tool. The dog is a tool. The whole dog psychology center is a tool. The wind is a tool. Everything is a tool,
Mhm.
right? So you have to pair things together so it feels effortless.
Mhm.
You know, it feels natural, simple,
Fluid.
profound. Exactly. You feel like the wind, and the flexibility of the water, right? So, and then once you have the behavior you want, it's solid. And then that's when you celebrate.
Mhm.
That's when you bring the fire in a celebration way, right? So a back of the pack dog is not because it's a child. It has nothing to do with it. It is just the way the dog is experiencing the world. It tells us,
Yes.
you know, that's a back of the pack dog, and it has nothing wrong with it. It's just that give us a perfect insight how to help them.
Mhm.
You know, it's a way more sensitive. If that little dog was the middle of the pack, it would be very, you know, happy-go-lucky. It would say, "Oh my God, I never seen a chow so happy-go-lucky,"
Mhm.
right? Because chows have a reputation,
Mhm.
right? But it's not the chow.
I have noticed too, well not noticed, but I have experienced personally one-on-one with you, that you have told us if, you know, hey, you're not going to be the one that does it, it's because the dog does it better
Yeah.
for us then.
Yeah.
And so I've come to understand and realize that sometimes we are interrupting the process
Yeah.
as a human for them to overcome this fear or to overcome this obstacle that they're going through. Sophia definitely is one of my favorites just because of how happy-go-lucky she is. It eases our job a lot easier, so we can focus on, we just need to redirect where the brain, because the nose is going. We need to redirect, you know, the fixation of something. And so the dogs definitely have the power and ability, because obviously they're dogs and the same, but they have the ability to understand and how to address it like that, right?
Yeah, we do use a lot of animal help. It's not just in the form of a dog, but also we have a turkey now. You know, we have some incredible chickens. They have the most incredible outfit I ever seen in my life. The most trusting ducks that we have ever had. We have some incredible tortoises. They are very in tune. When I brought Ricky and Brownie, they start circling. You know, we have it on video. I have it on video, and start circling. And these dogs really needed to be put together, right? And the tortoises, in this magical way, they start going in circles. And then one, almost like he grabbed the leash and started walking them both. When the humans were not able to do it. And the tortoises did it in that day. I never done it in my life, but that's, we don't just use dogs, right? We use anything that can help a dog ground, connect, and then move on.
We even have a cow, and the cow does it as well too sometimes.
She grooms?
Yeah, she licks them, and it's from dogs that don't like, or was said that don't do well with other animals. They don't do well with their own, you know, Ricky and Ronnie. They don't get along.
We have to get Simba with the cow.
Oh, he would do.
I
he
think
would.
I think she can help him. So our point is, if you can help, and then find somebody in the community, they have a middle of the pack dog, happy-go-lucky dog, and join them in the walk, and that's the easiest way. That's the easiest way. You will totally enjoy. You will learn dog psychology like nobody else can teach you that, right?
Agreed.
I can bring it to your attention, but the teachers of dog psychology is a dog, just like the teachers of well psychology. You have to study wells. You have to go and like those people have to swim with them and watch them and hear them.
Okay, our next question, Bob, is from Luciana Coutinho from 4484.
Mm-hmm.
My dog, who's a female boxer, is afraid of traffic sounds, mostly motorcycles.
Mm-hmm. Afraid like she's like afraid like running away, or afraid barking forward.
It says afraid as in fearful, moving away.
Did she say that?
No, but from what I can see in the question, that's what leads me to believe it. So
Okay.
let me pose the question.
Or if she thinks fear is when a dog is barking towards it, that's a completely different, right? Because you want to be able to evaluate the problem the way it is, or label the problem the way it is. You know, because a lot of people say my dog is afraid. But then I go and say, no, your dog is being territorial.
Yeah.
You know, your dog is being excited. Your dog is being leading you. And so they think the dog is afraid. That's why the dog is going after the box.
Right, there's a difference.
My dog, a female boxer who's afraid of traffic sounds, mostly motorcycles, and we live in a big city, Rio de Janeiro.
The dog's coming
We walk
towards
every
you.
day.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. We walk every day,
Stating
but
his
when a loud
intention and
motorcycle
energy,
crosses
innit?
the street, she even shakes.
You don't know if it's a
Oh,
male or a
Which is why
female.
I said earlier,
Only the
it's
dog
more
knows
fearful.
that.
Okay. Well, it's nothing
Yeah.
wrong putting headphones, or sometimes when a dog is extremely into the sight, right? We recommend goggles. We've done many goggles just to lower the intensity of what the dog is
So a
experiencing.
human
just
can
temporary,
only
not
see
forever.
how the dogs are
All
reacting.
tools should be temporary.
They can only see the threat it's
And so
reacting to.
if the dog is uncomfortable by the sound, you still have to be in the environment, but it's okay for us to put some kind of headphones, something that can block the intensity. I would absolutely also put a backpack on that dog, so it focus on something stronger, bigger, more like into the mind versus focusing on the environment. And so with the backpack on or anything, you don't have to pay for anything. Remember, if it's as a Latino, we can create a backpack. Okay, so it's not like I'm telling you to go buy a backpack. But if you can buy a backpack, but if you don't, just use your creativity and put it on the dog because it feels better. Right? It feels better when you make something that is going to help your dog, and it has that energy. It's all about the energy. And so when a dog is terrified and you let the dog carry something, it helps the mind to be utilized and focus on one thing, right? And at the same time,
So,
with the
to
headphones, he's not
snap
gonna
a
worry
dog's
about it.
mind
But
out
at
of
the
being
same time,
fearful
also
about
vibrations.
fireworks,
So it vibrates.
and I give
Now
the
they
front
feel
door a
like
couple of
elephants,
kicks, and
so-
then they go into
so
guard mode.
it's,
Same
let's
thing,
begin with the ears, and eventually the backpack should take care of it. Try not to
Switching
go
it
too slow. Actually,
from
do a little faster.
Fear to
Um,
protect.
long time ago, I did a Bishla that was extremely terrified of going in the streets. Terrified. That dog was shut down like it turned into a rock. And so it's nowhere in the world you can put a harness, you can put a collar, you can put a halter. There's nowhere in the world. You know where I put the leash? I put the leash in the tail. So I put the leash in the tail, and the tail went up. And as soon as the tail went up, the dog felt really proud of himself, right? And when the dog felt very proud of himself, he began to run. I'm running. I'm going on rollerblades in the middle of Long Beach, but the leash is in the tail of the dog.
So you have the tail lightly wrapped around the tail just to produce confidence in the dog?
That's right, because in the
Right,
dog
yeah,
show,
of
the
course.
leash goes
Right,
up and the
right,
head
right.
goes up. But because most people, they don't know how to hold the head high on a dog, then they pull, too much on the neck.
Yes.
Right, and then the dog has to do this reaction, and then makes the association of leash on the neck something not to feel proud of.
Yeah.
Right, and so obviously this is just your creativity, and the dog tells you. The dog talks, and so I put the leash on the tail, and I'm going on rollerblades in the middle of Long Beach. Same problem. The dog was afraid of everything, sound, buzzes, everything. But after that run, that dog felt the association of if I can go running in the middle of the street, this hectic world, right? It's very hectic for a dog to be around motorcycles and
It's just very loud too. Sometimes they have motorcycles.
It's too much. It's too
really
much.
Loud exhaust.
It's too much. It takes a long time for a horse in New York to feel comfortable to the chaos of New York. New York is not a animal friendly environment. It's not.
I
It's
will
not
just
friendly, but
add,
they have to be
Marnie
there.
will
But
quite
it's an
happily run
association
along
to
beside
it,
the
so
bike
an animal can actually adapt, and it's
while
good for
I'm
them.
riding
It's
along
good.
slowly.
It's just for dogs who are very sensitive.
Just trotting
it
along
takes
at
a
his
little
own
longer.
speed.
So you have to learn to do it in a way
Same
where
with
they feel
Hulkster
they're
on his
working.
own.
The reason why I'm so used in the backpack is it's working. The reason why I did it on the bike is because it's a beach lag, and beach lag they want to run,
Take off.
right? So I know I would say it's a dog, but in that moment, that dog wanted to be a beach lag. There's
What
times
we
that you want to be a
call running
Brazilian.
the dogs.
There's times that you have to be just a human being. There's
Built up,
times that
pent up energy.
you just want to be spirit, and you just go and sit and be quiet, and you're just a spirit, right? And so that dog that day wanted to be a beach lag, and the beach lag, what they do really good is run.
Yeah, that's the truth.
So I hope definitely the way I think about the answers and the way I think about how I actually do certain things, and I have helped dogs with the same problems, right? So how is this creativity comes into my mind is I always go with the mentality that I can help a dog, right? And then just my mind is always very creative, and I'm always like, if I can't figure it out, and then I ask the people, just give me some time, and I'm gonna pray it on it, and I just say it. And then when I go, then the instincts, and then the passion, and the creativity kicks in. Literally like a World Cup.
Yeah,
Right?
like the World Cup.
Like
That's
a
right.
World Cup.
Yep.
You can't go in there not praying, not knowing that it's your instinct, your passion, your creativity. You can't listen to fear.
We've had a little
So,
piddle
I
in
treat a
your
dog like
way.
a World Cup.
I have, which is very interesting.
Not worried
because
about it, no.
There are times where I have seen you and you say, there's an obstacle with this dog. I can't shake it, but I'm going to sleep on him. We're going to, come back early in the morning, Andre. I'm going to need your help. Take care of the other dogs.
Put him in the pool.
Put him in the pool. Do something, because whether you are understanding or you can tell that your energy might be a little too strong for the dog, because you are a very good leader and a very strong leader, and you take that everywhere with you, so that energy carries. And if you need somebody who's a lot more happy-go-lucky, or somebody who's a lot
Less tired.
less
tired.
Yeah.
Because I'm juggling a lot of things,
work,
right? And so if I feel like I'm super tired, and then I just I ask Andre to take over, or Calvin, or whoever I know that I know that they can be more productive. I don't have to do it myself. I can be part of like the observation and like also the strategy, right? But if I feel that my energy is not right, I just move out of the way. Out of the way doesn't mean I'm not in this in the
You're
scenario.
just observing as an audience at that point, but also giving and feeding direction from its distance, and it's a lot.
I'm not a control freak. When it comes to cleaning, yes.
Oh yeah, but that's different.
When it comes to cleaning, yes. But when it comes to it has to be my way, no. I just know that it has to be. That's all. So we have to make it happen. It has, so I like the pitch-in from everybody, right? Because I don't want to do it myself all the time. But it's the same. I just understanding energy. My point in this conversation is once you understand energy, you understand your dog. You can be creative. You can live in the moment. You can involve like the community. You can involve friends. You can involve different animals. Honestly, living with animals is about happiness, about health, it's about passion, love, it's about creativity. It's us being a kid, but with the strength of whatever you are in your life. I'm 54, and there's 29. Yeah, so that strength in our lives, that's the only thing is going to be different, but it should be the same energy that when we were kids. That should never go away, especially with animals. That should never go away. Happiness, healthy, love, and creativity. And that's the only thing is different is the strength. My dad, is here, is 86. He's the same, is happy, because he loves animals.
Already mopped it up.
He's right now taking care of the plants, so it's healthy.
Trees.
So we make sure that he's 86 and he's with the machete right now, cleaning the ranch. He does not believe in these new tools. He doesn't know how to use them.
Like power tools.
But so that forces him to use that old tool, which is his own body, right? And that's he's happy. he works for like 6 hours and then he eats for 4 hours.
I think what's beautiful about this person's question is that in Brazil there's a lot of people and a lot of Brazilians are super family oriented.
Yeah,
and
that's
they're
a Latino
constantly.
thing.
Well, yeah, of course, but they're especially because it's such a big place, right? And they're constantly within
Music
parameters of each other.
Yeah.
So it's
Brazil means to me music, means family, means happy-go-lucky.
love, yeah.
Means that, and so if you bring that energy around the dog is going to benefit without a doubt. And Brazilians are constantly living in this spiritual carnival.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can relate with that because I play a lot of music here,
Yes.
and that's how I keep my spirit always
On.
happy to be alive.
Uh-huh.
All right. So this is our last question. This is from Gina Piedra, 9577. So, I have a 1.5-year-old rescued standard golden doodle, spayed female, and her previous owner never socialized her, and she only had access to a backyard. I exercise her daily on walks for 3 hours since I adopted her 2 months ago, and take her to the dog park for socialization after a long walk every day. She walks great on a leash next to me. However, at the dog park, she gets some fear aggression with large dogs or dogs she doesn't know. She also chases small dogs that are scared of her. I try to correct her in the moment, but she runs away from me and tries to get around me to nip the dog she is barking at or chasing and ignores my corrections. She has never actually bit a dog hard, but I'm afraid she will one day do this to the wrong dog and get really hurt. Her prey drive is also very high. Is it my energy that is causing this, or what am I doing wrong? What can I do better, and what is she trying to tell me?
I I think that you're probably moving too fast with the socialization. The fact that your dog is prey drive, socialization means your dog is going to be off leash, practicing play, explore. If your dog is intimidated by bigger dogs, that just lets you know she's not ready for that kind or that many or that size, right? So that's just what she's saying. And if she feels to chase a smaller dog, is for her to practice what has been practiced on her, right? So either or, she gets intimidated by a bigger dog, and she feels that she can practice, what has been practiced on her and a small dog. So obviously this dog is unsure, right? Obviously this dog is confused, lack of exposure, and the lack of exposure, what it created is the fear instead of practicing calm surrender and then happy-go-lucky practice, uncertainty. And I'm glad that you're doing 3 hours. I think it's fantastic.
That's nice.
Yeah. Make sure that if your dog is already mastering the 3 hours and is feeling comfortable and it doesn't really do much, add something into the mix, right? So again, I'm gonna mention the backpack, but the backpack is a good step. It's like I always say, the backpack or the swimming if it's water around is really good exercise. Also. What else do we use? The backpack, the swimming pool.
Instead of walking, just
a treadmill. I always tell
speed
people
up.
a treadmill because those kind of activities like the backpack is going to make them go into like, what is this, right? So the more they surrender to that, the more you get rid of the uncertainty. And the pool, they're gonna freak out, because they didn't went in the water like it will be an ocean or a lake, and so you're provoking, for a dog to show you, hey, I'm not sure about the water, but if you stay, you ride the way. I call it ride the way, right? Ride the way, because the dog has learned to not trust. So you have to put him in a situation so you can erase the not trust, right? And the treadmill, very classic for us, because we can use the treadmill to rehabilitate a dog that is afraid of sounds. We can use a dog that is aggressive. We can use a dog that shuts down, on the walk. So it's just to find ways before you expose the dog to dogs, so you start removing insecurities. right? And so that way the dog, before it goes to the dog park, you already challenge them in the water, you challenge them with the backpack, you challenge them in the treadmill, right? And there's no dog around, so it can only be just you and the dog, and you can see how the dog is figuring it out, and then you stay there until the dog is calm, surrender, and you can see how fear goes out of their body, right? Is you're literally cleansing that, but you have to put the mind into a situation with the mind without getting hurt. Obviously, the mind goes through a challenge, right? You have to remove this trauma or learning knowledge experience that somebody has already helped the dog record, right? It's like raising a kid. So I'm pretty sure Ilusion, Andres' mom, and myself didn't do always 100% job, but so it's the same thing, right? It's the same. If I can do it again, I would never allow Andre or Calvin to ever feel uncertain, tense, confused, unhappy, chaotic. Never, right? So obviously, I repeated something that I learned, right? So it's the same thing with the dog. So when somebody doesn't raise a dog right, it teaches the dog to see life with the wrong energy, with the wrong philosophy, with the wrong action. So you know that the problem with the damage has been done. I don't want to call it like a damage, but it's you know the learning experience has been done. And so in rehabilitations, you have to put a dog in a situation that he can show you discomfort, and then you help him to get the comfort back, which is calm, surrender, happy-go-lucky, right? That's pretty much what we have to do, and that's what calm, confident is the energy that helps a dog that is in a fight-flight avoidance, right? That's why we have to understand, you know, that our energy needs to be silence, calmness, confidence, love, and joy, and when to give each energy, right? So the dog can actually begin to heal or begin to connect, or you can also do prevention. Also, you know, you have to learn to choose the friends. You know, you have to chance to you have to learn. You have to learn to choose what dogs can your dog play. And that's why.
Oh, that's been
when
educational
people
for you
bring
anyway.
Dogs with similar problem as your dog. My dogs were never going to a dominance or territorial or charging, right? They would never do it. They just not to stay to not provoke a dog by chasing them or fighting them. Right? When the dog fights, my dogs know not to fight. So it's we don't prolong the bad habit. We actually stop, redirect, or create a brand new one.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's hopefully our not hopefully. I think our answers were slowly but surely.
My boys start
will begin to
fighting
make
together
sense for the
amongst
whole entire
themselves.
world,
What do
because
you do?
Better Human, Better Planet is for the whole entire world. Especially in moments like this, where the energy and the philosophy,
Give
and the
it a
actions
couple
of
of
the world
seconds to
are
find out
speaking
who's doing
how
the
we're living.
aggressing.
You know, we're living in a place where
Then you
in a world
separate
that
the
is
aggressive one.
confusing. You know, it's
Give them a
why do we
time
have
out like you
wars?
do with kids.
It's definitely not a happy place right now, because we don't want nobody to get hurt for no reason at all. For what
Once they
appears no
go
reason for us.
submissive,
And
then you
in the actions, you know, I
reintroduce them.
think we can do a much better job as a human.
Job done. That's it.
Learning to connect with our dogs, and learning to bring safe, peace, love into our environments, and learning to bring trust, respect, love into our relationships, and learning to bring connection, communication, and awesome relationships into the whole planet. So through the dog, we can definitely heal the world. Hopefully all these answers makes a lot of sense for you guys, and we'll keep answering as long as we can. As long as we should and we can, and God give us all this opportunity.
So Sherry Lynn 8836 says, I have 2 elderly Yorkies, and
I'm just going to put this up as one video. If I get copyright strike for it, it's only a diary entry, remember? Because I'm just walking around doing my thing.
But I took a deep breath, visualized him to relax, and he almost immediately
While I'm looking for some cigarette
I
filters.
loved you forever. Thank you very much.
Where did they get put? Probably fell down somewhere. Oh, adverts. Is it finished then or what? Just coming up to the end of it. Might as well let it play out, innit?
That says it all, right? It's like that blind dog. You know, when I do my ceremonies and arrhythmia, and most of the time I have a blindfold, and people will think, why would you take your sight off? Because you can look inside, right? You can look inside more clear. And when a dog is blind, he can feel you a lot more. A lot more. He's not distracted about it. Obviously, you know, it's beautiful when the nose, eyes, ears, everything is as it should. But that doesn't mean they're stopping from existing. They're stopping from connecting and from communicating. It's just, it creates the superpower a lot more loud for them, you know. So it's when dogs are born, they're born blind. So nobody is worrying about it. When a dog gets older, he is blind. And some dogs, they're just born blind. So it's not like only a period of time. Yeah. They're blind their whole life. And they connect extremely well. You know, the humans who are blind, they have a dog. And I always say, you know, humans, they have a dog with this, what is it called? The humans, they're blind with a dog.
Service dog. Like
Service
a blind,
dog.
Like a blind dog. Like a guide dog.
Like a guide dog, right? So that
filter.
human is blind, but he still continues. And everybody, we always know that humans with a disability, they have a superpower. And I think that superpowers, we all have it. You know, we don't have to be deaf, we don't have to be blind, we don't have to be, you know, handicapped, we don't. We just have the gift. We all have it.
Everybody has it.
And you can clearly see it when you apply with an animal or with plants, right? You can clearly see it. You have the power of making things blossom.
There's
making
a
things,
cigarette
happy,
filter.
healthy, loving, creating new memories, because that's what we're doing with our animals, creating new memories and sharing the happiness and the health and the love. The same thing I share with Andres. There's no difference, right? It's no difference. The happiness that Andre gives me, an animal gives me, and right, the health that Andre provides, an animal provides, the love, and so in that aspect, we're the same, and that's why we have to be very respectful, right?
Oh well, that'll do.
We're the
Only
same.
needed
It's
one.
just the human is the species that is responsible, right? It's responsible because we have such an incredible power with our intelligence, you know.
Try going back on the
capability
vape
to
tonight.
love. Well, we hope you guys enjoy the podcast, our conversation, Andre and I. Let's keep talking. What's the word? Let's keep.
Let's continue to.
Let's continue. Yeah, let's continue learning how to reconnect to our natural, simple, profound. I will make my very best to always be super simple, super clear. Create.
There's
simple,
a lot of banging
examples
going on
of it,
out the front.
right? Where we all go back and learn, you know,
Like
the
I said,
basics
it's
of energy, the basics of dog psychology, the
banging
basics
about trying
of
to
our
do this
actions
cell
and
door
die.
psychology
And,
thing
and
at the
if you
moment.
love it, and then you just the
Try
only
and
thing you have to change is the
intimidate me before I
psychology.
go up there tonight.
The psychology, that's it, right? Because the energy is the same and the actions are the same. That's going to be the same no matter who you do it with. The only thing is going to be different is the psychology. So a cat is different than a dog, and a horse is different than a dog. So that's the psychology, but the energy is the same and the actions are the same. The actions is the body, mind, heart. The energy is the silence, calm, comfort, love, and joy. That's it. And then just the middle is the philosophy, right? The philosophy of the life that you want to live, or the philosophy of life that you want to live with.
Well, thank you for joining our English version of this podcast, and we will see you guys soon. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will get to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and join me in my mission of better humans, better planet.
Oh look, it's like 101 Dalmatians, isn't it? Upgraded for kids. Wolf meet Cruella Benjamin, or whatever her name is. You're right out here, dogs. I can smell a dog fart. Must be a dog fart. Who's making your bum squelch? Let's have a look. Oh, I just noticed the window curtain up there. move as I open the front door to have a look. What? Everything's cool. No one's shit, have they? No. Got an extra fucking tap down there now as well. Oh dear. Right. Bit of indigestion going on at the moment. Bagels to eat today, haven't I? So I've got a couple saved for the morning. What shall I have to eat tonight? Or shall I bother? Shall I bother at all? What do you dogs want to do? What do you dogs want to do? As if I don't know. Ain't been out since this morning. Well, dinner time. Just seeing how long they can hold themselves together for. It's all training, don't forget. Right. Where's a lighter?